Hey, it's Big Game James McCarty, Sports Director at Flag Family Media, here with Dragon Women's Basketball Head Coach Karla Nelson. Coach, you had an opportunity in a midweek game to go to Minot. Maybe that's not an opportunity. That's just part of the task at hand. But you were able to avenge a loss from earlier in the season. What went into that victory against Minot on Wednesday night?
Well, first of all, we didn't have 23 turnovers. We actually handled their press so much better, right? So that was number one. Number two, I felt like we had to go in and hit probably 8 to 10 threes, and we actually got pretty close to that. I'm not exactly sure what the stat was, but Ashley Fritz, DJ Davis, both showed up big in the second half for us. So we did that. And then defensively, we were just a little bit better in the second half. I think we got a better feel for how to defend their dribble drive and did a much better job than we did here in Moorhead.
When you have 3 or 4 players that made impacts last night, that was their first time in that Minot Dome, that it's their first time making that road trip to Central North Dakota the way that they did, how important was it to get off to a better start, to have some of those experienced players like Natalie and Ashton that have played there before be able to have opportunities to help out?
Well, I mean, going into the Dome, that's uncharted territory. And even if it's not, it's still a big facility, right? It's what I would say ginormous. And the atmosphere is it was pretty quiet there last night. So you have to create your own energy. But, going there the day of and having basically a workman mentality, I thought we got off the bus, and first half maybe took us a little while to get going, but I thought once we got going, we played well. And Taryn Johnson really played well in the first half to keep us in the game. I think she was 7 for 7 going into halftime. So, we got contributions from other people, and then collectively as a team, our team defense was better in the second half, and then we rebounded the ball pretty well. So, again, I mean, Ashton Safransky hitting all her free throws, right? At the end, I think she was 10 for 10 at the end, or 8 for 8, and then 10 for 10 total. So, just contributions across the board. And then I thought our bench had really good energy, and just a great team effort on basically, it was a tough road trip.
At this point, I believe you guys have won 5 over the last 6 games after that skid a couple of weeks ago, but you're finding your footing now. What do you think has been most predicated on that success? Is it not turning the ball over as much? Is it the gutsy defensive performances? Is there something you can pinpoint, or is it just all around just finding ways throughout 40 minutes? And 40 minutes plus, I suppose, with that overtime game last weekend.
Well, I think there's a couple things. Getting Jen's back was a big deal, and maybe not always from her scoring or some of her ups and downs offensively, but just the leadership standpoint. That's number one. Number two, when we were in our skid, she was out, but we were also playing pretty good teams. And, we're not quite to that level yet, and now we're playing teams that I think in the middle of the pack can beat anybody. If you're not ready to play, I think you can beat anybody on any given night. And each game takes on its own characteristics. So I don't think each game, you can't scoreboard watch and think, oh, we could beat this team, because each game is its own, basically its own game. And so you have to come in and you have to be ready to play. And I thought we've done a better job defensively recently of, pressuring the ball and helping the helper a little bit better. And then again, rebounding the basketball. But right now, I think there's so many teams that are so even in the NSIC that, as a coach, it gives you a headache, and it's mind blowing, and it's, actually makes you want to have a drink. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding, folks. Just kidding. So anyhow, I have to find some humor today. I'm tired, but but it's a compliment to all the coaches in the league that go out and recruit, that the bottom has really risen. And, I think there's going to be a lot of changes over the next 3 or 4 years where, some of those teams are going to be at the top. So it's interesting.
And now looking at this Saturday night's matchup against UMary, trying to kind of pinball it together. You split with Minot State after playing much better the second time around. You know UMary's going to want to come into Nemzik and try and return the favor. What needs to happen for you guys to be able to complete the regular season series sweep against the Marauders?
Well, I think Saturday's game is going to be entertaining. I don't think either team really likes each other very much. That's not a secret. And, so I'm looking forward to that. I think that's what those great games are made of, when you really have that respect but can't stand the other team. And, I think Rick Newman has his team playing really well. They're defending really well. We're going to have to take care of the ball, not let them pressure us or get us to lose our composure. And then we're going to have to do the same to them. So it's going to be an enjoyable game for fans to come watch, because I think both teams are going to go hard, and it's a very meaningful game at this point in time, and really all these games are meaningful. So it's the last couple of weeks of the NSIC season are going to be very enjoyable. Early playoff games, everybody. Early playoff games. Get to the game early.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'll be there a couple hours early. You don't have to worry about that on Saturday. But, Coach, thanks for a couple minutes of your time, and good luck Saturday. We're looking forward to it.
Thanks, James.
Big Game James McCarty alongside head coach Karla Nelson, the Dragon women's basketball program. Have a great rest of your day.